What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 40K Cafe. And after watching the episode of Secret Level that involved 40K, one of my friends had asked me, how do powers that involve Psykers work? It's kind of a complicated question to answer, but I'll do my best. Any and all psychic abilities that you see manifested in the realm of 40K usually involve tapping into the warp in some way, shape, or form. And let it be known that this is only possible should that species have the psychic gene. An example of the species not having the psychic gene would be the Necrons, and therefore do not have the ability to tap into the warp. Humans, on the other hand, absolutely have that psychic gene. But for humans, it can be a double-edged sword. One that may be gifted with the psychic gene cannot just use the powers of the warp freely at their disposal. Not all humans are born with this gene, and those that do must be trained in order to truly harness the warp. The Psykers of the Imperium have to go under strict investigation as well as evaluation, all to ensure that the Psykers are stable and capable enough of using the powers efficiently. Those that pass the strict regimen are sanctioned Psykers, and those that do not get to be offered up on a beautiful platter to Big E. And let it be known that just because you have psychic abilities doesn't mean that you can use anything and everything. For some Psykers, their abilities may manifest in the form of telekinesis. For others, it may be pyrokinesis, casting lightning, sometimes even precognitive abilities, or even just bolstering your own physical abilities. Now, covering as to why being a Psyker may function as a double-edged sword. Psykers are naturally attuned to the warp. That being said, should a Psyker be found unstable, it is very possible for them to act as a warp gate to those demons that live beyond the veil. It is one of the many reasons why Psykers are constantly being looked for and always being kept under a watchful eye. The powers of the warp are extremely dangerous, and those that have the ability to tap into it may also very well bring whatever's in it to real space. Now, although I've described some Psyker abilities, I haven't really gone into detail as to what it truly is. To use the powers of the warp in real space is quite literally described as bending reality. Some Psykers that are powerful enough are able to quite literally morph it to what they see. And this is where it gets a little bit difficult to describe. Sometimes in books, videos, or whatever lore you may be looking into, will end up describing whatever psychic abilities may be occurring. And this is where the term warp fuckery tends to come into discussion very often. The powers of the warp cannot be rationally described. Sometimes the answer may be simple by just, oh, they can conjure lightning, like I previously said, while other moments are described as literally somebody taking a planet and throwing it into the void. It is kind of like an end-all be-all that if something occurs that involves magic or sorcery, it came from the warp, and there's your understanding. And in my opinion, it is exactly what's helped some people just understand the very setting of the universe of 40K. It is a universe filled with magic where some people can talk to others through telepathy, while others may be able to literally melt your mind or grab a planet and throw it into the warp. I feel like I didn't even do it justice as to how insane Psyker abilities are. But that's exactly why I'm ending this with, if you don't understand how a Psyker did it, just understand it's because of warp fuckery. With that being said, thanks again guys for listening. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if there's anything you want to hear about next. And as always, remember to follow for more.